formulate the particular principles about Islam that you think will fit into this culture. Okay? And it will let you know where to start, where to begin, and what to say. Of course, when you start talking about Islam, the first and the foremost question that comes to your mind is about at-Tawheed. Because this is the core message that you will find very concurrently in the Quranic verses with which all the previous prophets and messengers came. Tawheed, ibadatullahi wahda. Okay? And the other issue that you will also find, it is about the resurrection. Because it sits like a beginning and an end. Where you come from, where you're going to. And between these two ends, you need to have a code of guidance that can show you how to get from this to that. So you can, inshallah, in the end, attain a certain reward, a certain recompense from Almighty Allah, if you follow that guidance. So it gives you an understanding of your existence and of your life, which it is very important because people there, they have to wrestle with this notion. They have to struggle with this notion. Why I'm here? What is the purpose of my life? Is it just to come here and live here and eat and drink and get married and have children and die? They have no particular clear-cut focus and rationale of their lives. And by answering such a question, you will start to put them on the right track. Now I got the beginning of the thread, so I need to know what comes afterwards. So the Tawheed, Ibadatullah, the creation of humanity, the creation of the universe, the wisdom of this creation has to be very much clear from the very beginning to these people. And probably here you will have to understand one thing. It's about the nature of the person that you are inviting to Islam, which inshallah we will assign like 2 or 3 lectures to discuss this. It's about the different types. You know, you can't think that you'll start with Tawheed with someone who's a Jew. He already knows about God, he knows about his unity, and this is not relevant to him so far. So you will have to develop a different discourse that suits the mentality and the interests of this person. But for someone who is an atheist, someone who does not believe in any religion, right? You need to clarify this. Or someone who is a deist, someone who believes in God but he doesn't believe in prophets. So you need to clarify this thing before you go on. So the first 2 things you'll be discussing with these people. If already one of them is there, you need to move on to the second one. If not, you'll have to start from the beginning. The Tawheed notion and then the notion of the resurrection. Because all your actions will be accountable, you will be accountable for them in the day of resurrection. And resurrection is the day, the last day, Yawm al-Qiyamah. You have several names for this day. Sometimes it's called the day of resurrection. It is called the last day, al-Yawm al-Akhir. Or the day of doom. Or the day of reckoning and requital. Have different names to this. Day of doom, the day of resurrection, the day of reckoning and requital, the last day, the day of judgment. All of these apply to, doom here is not doom معنى القبة. دوم يعني الواحد اللي هو دوم الدينونة زي ما بنقول حتى في اللغة العربية. يعني يقول لك he is doomed to this، يعني معناه ان هو يعني لا مفر امامه من هذا الشيء. يعني القدر المحتوم. يقول لك مثلا واحد يقول I'm doomed to failure، يعني أنا خلاص ما فيش أمل فيا، يعني هيفشل أنا هيفشل. طبعا ما عندناش حد بيقول الكلام ده. the last day. reckoning and requital اللي هو يوم الحساب والجزاء. reckoning اللي هو الحساب. requital اللي هو المكافأة اللي هو الثواب على العمل. طبعا إن شاء الله في السنة القادمة هناخد مادة اسمها مصطلحات إسلامية. لا أنت بتدرسها أنت مش كده السنة دي؟ طيب يعني إن شاء الله هنتعرض لها. طبعا يمكن هي المفردات ديت يعني لسه جديدة بالنسبة لكم زي ما كانت بالنسبة لي جديدة في أول سنة اتعلمتها، ولكن إن شاء الله مع الوقت هيكون عندنا خلفية فيها إن شاء الله. Right. You need to not just to mention these two notions to people about Islam, but you need to explain to them their consequences as well. If I say that you need to testify or profess that there is no God, there is no deity save Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, this puts on you some kinds of obligations, right? Some kind of duties or obligations that would set your life, that would formulate, that would fashion, that would shape your life to serve this purpose. And the unity of Allah means that you serve Him alone. You have Him in the back of your mind in every action and in every word that you say. The same thing applies to belief in the day of resurrection, that you have to work for it, right? You have to set it in your, before your eyes all the time, so you are working for it. You fear Allah because you fear the chastisement of Allah on the day of resurrection, the punishment of Allah on the day of resurrection, right? تفضل.
I want to make sure that I understand you well. So the main points that we have to discuss first is the Tawheed on last day, unless the other party has knowledge about this. Am I correct or not?
طبعا أكيد أنت بتختبرني كده مش بتختبر نفسك. مظبوط مظبوط. طبعا إذا كان هو already عنده يعني اعتقاد في الله سبحانه وتعالى واعتقاد في الوحدانية واعتقاد في اليوم الآخر، خلاص يبقى احنا عندنا مشاكل تانية هنناقشها معاه. كويس؟ So belief in the resurrection or the last day will develop a kind of self-reflexivity. Something that's put you as the judge and the executioner of yourself. يعني أنا لما أجي أعمل حاجة غلط وأجي أعملها لا حرام. Who told me that this is haram? Who stopped me from doing this thing? It is not the law. It is something else. The fear of Allah, belief in Almighty Allah, the fear of Allah, Allah's punishment on the day of resurrection. This is what we call a self-reflexivity. يعني مراجعة النفس، محاسبة النفس, which makes this society, the Muslim society, as a self-purgative society. مجتمع يطهر نفسه بنفسه، زي الجسم كده بيشتغل لوحده، ما حدش بيقول له اشتغل، هو مع نفسه. في قانون ما فيش قانون هو عارف هو بيعمل ايه. لكن لو هناك ما فيش قانون ربما يحصل فيه بعض المشاكل. As long as you think that